Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm back with 3 interesting kitchen gadgets, all of them by request. I wanted to put them to the test to see how they actually worked. The 3 contenders are this 8-in-1 burger press, Super Cubes featured on Shark Tank, and this cauliflower ricer. Let's start with the burger press and see how that went. In this nondescript bag is the Burger Master. They say it's an 8-in-1 burger press and freezer container. I had kind of assumed I was going to get some packaging, but I didn't get any. Are there instructions inside? No instructions inside. None. So this is the product itself. It makes 8 quarter-pound burgers in seconds. Just press 2 pounds of hamburger meat into the mold, add the lid, and you can either refrigerate or freeze. It creates uniform burgers that can be stored until you're ready to use them. So all you're supposed to do is put 2 pounds of burger in here, add this, and you get these interesting shaped burgers. Now there's some kind of instructions inside here. Let's see if I can read that. Number 1, fill bottom tray, do not overfill. Number 2, place lid over bottom tray, line up arrow in the top right corner. All right, so we have the arrows here. All right. Once sealed, refrigerate or freeze immediately. I feel like I kind of need to wash this off first. It feels almost kind of greasy, so I don't know. It does say shape store on here, if you can see that, but I got no packaging or instructions or anything, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with it, but I'm not convinced I got the real thing. Gotta love Amazon, right? You never know if you're gonna get a knockoff or a counterfeit from the official listing. So anyways, I'm gonna wash this off and then we'll get started. All right, let's load this up and see what happens. Got the bottom mold here, which we'll fill up with hamburger, and then we have the top, which creates the individual patties. All right, so here we go. I put about 2 pounds in there. I didn't make it perfect because I think the lid is gonna smooth that out. At least I hope so. So this side has the arrow here, line up with the arrow here. So here we go. Let's kind of press all these together. All right, it's all in there. Give it a good squish. There we go. Now I'm kind of curious. I just want to take a peek at what we got here. Let's take the lid back off. And oh, nice looking patties. Look at those. Very nice. Let me put it back on now. I'll do my squishing again. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna place this in the freezer. I think tomorrow I'll pull one of these out of here and fry it up and see how it turned out. It's kind of interesting shaped, but you can have all these nicely portioned out. It could be worth it. So I'll come back tomorrow and see how it turned out. All right, 24 hours later, here we go. Now, some people online were saying that frozen just pops right out. Others were saying it didn't pop so easily. So let's see what my experience is. So here we go. Trying to pop out one patty. Okay, taking a little bit of effort. All right, definitely take a little bit of effort just to get the lid off. They're nicely frozen. Let's see if I can pop one out of these easily. Oh yeah, not bad. Oh, it popped out easily. I'm with the majority here. It popped out easily, and I'm gonna leave the rest of these in here. Can I get this back on easily? Let's see. Oh yeah, even easier than the first time. That's definitely an interesting shaped hamburger patty. Let's head over to the kitchen and see how this cooks up. I'm kind of curious if it's still gonna be a hexagon when it's done, or if it's gonna round out after it's cooked. Let's find out. Oh yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm really curious how this is gonna turn out when it's done, which will be in a few minutes. See you in a little bit. All right, I think this is done. Let's see what we got. It still kind of looks hex, but it definitely looks good. Oh, Bailey, I'm sorry. So that is the final product. Not only did it come out nice, but all 8 burgers will be exactly the same size and shape and weight. So as far as I can tell, this actually works. These are the Super Cubes, which I paid 20 bucks for. It's currently an Amazon's Choice 4.8 star rating among over 18,000 reviews. Sounds pretty impressive if it works. They say this is meal prep and leftovers made easy. Silicone molds includes fill lines of half a cup, 1 cup, 125 milliliters, and 250 milliliters. On this side, we have 1 cup, half a cup. Over here, we got 250 and 125. They say it can be used from anything from soups and sauces, desserts, and chili. You simply fill it, freeze it, and reheat it. A lot of things I can try in here, so let's get started. All right, here we go. I've got my Super Cubes here. I've got my Gotham steel pasta pot full of some nice yummy stew here, and we'll fill it up and see how it goes. I'll be sure to wipe that down so I don't freeze all the excess on the tops there. I mean, so far the filling process has gone pretty easily, so that's as to be expected. Let me wipe this off here. Last time I did a video and didn't wipe the excess off, people went crazy, so I gotta make sure I do it this time. All right, there we go. It is full. I will come back in a day or two when this is all frozen and we'll pop them out of there and warm it up, see how it goes. All right, I left it in there overnight. Let's pull it out of the freezer and see how they look. All right, this is what we got. Let's take this off here. I know the bottom's a bit rounded. It doesn't sit quite as flat, but no big deal, I guess. All right, there we go. They are nice and frozen. Now, there were no instructions about like laying it thaw for a few minutes or anything. They just say pop it out and heat it up. So let's do that. So I'm gonna take this one out of here. I'm gonna try to push from the bottom and pop it out. I don't want to make a mess here. Let me see what I can do. Popping it out. All right, it popped out pretty well. So I'm gonna cover this up and put these back in the freezer. Now I've got my block of stew here. This is a bowl of stew. Let's stick it in a pot, warm it up, and see how it turned out. It should be fine, but let's see. Just walking with my stew cube. There we go. Should be interesting. I mean, it held up well in cube form and warmed up quite well. Perfect. I mean, one of the cubes maybe isn't quite enough for me. I probably should have done two. But I was kind of thinking you don't really need to put this whole thing back in the freezer. You can just pop these out or wash it off, and these will stay pretty much anywhere. So let's pop the rest of these out of here. They pop out pretty easily. Maybe not quite as easily as they show in their video, but pretty easy. So I can rinse this out now and freeze something else. These I can put pretty much anywhere. Yeah, I'll load these up in a freezer bag. I'm not sure if I should do individual bags or one big bag. I think either way they'll be all right. So in the end, I think it works. I think it does what it's supposed to do. It works exactly as expected and as advertised. So to me, the Super Cubes do work. One quick update, I did run the Super Cubes through the dishwasher, and as you can see, it held up quite well. There's no staining and no marks. Looks like it's no worse for wear. And the lid also did quite well in there. So I would say the claims as far as the Super Cubes being dishwasher safe are correct. Let's take a look at this veggie ricer. I paid about 20 bucks for this. Here it is. It's a nice looking product. Interesting color. They say you can grind broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and more to look like grains of rice. They say it's easy to control the size of the final pieces. Ideal for gluten-free or low-carb diets. Dishwasher safe. Simply place your veggies inside, place the lid, and turn. A few people online said it was kind of a slow process, so we shall see how it goes. Reminds me a bit of the shred machine I've tried for chicken a couple years ago. That's kind of sharp. That is kind of sharp, so I'll be curious how this works out. All right, this should be pretty easy to test out. Now, their product video on Amazon shows them using about 3/4 of a cup. They place it in there, do a few spins, and they've got some cauliflower rice. People on the Amazon comments were saying that it was a lot more work than they were implying, so let's find out if that's the case or not. I have 2 cups of cauliflower chopped up. I'm gonna try one in the cauliflower ricer and the other in my beloved Ninja chopper, which costs about the same as this. So we shall see about that. Something telling me this is gonna be a slaughter, but let's find out. All right, here we go. Opening up the unit itself. Now they show them putting it in before the spikes go in the bottom, so that's how I'll do it. I would have thought you'd put it in this way so we can kind of work around it, but they didn't show it that way. I'm just gonna dump my 1 cup of cauliflower in there, which really isn't, it's not even full, but they showed 3/4 of a cup for the recipe, so I'm gonna stick with that. And now let's include the bottom here. After adding the bottom, you don't have quite as much room as it initially looked. All right, so here we go. Adding the top. I guess you have to just kind of just give it a turn, give it a twist. All right, here we go. All right, I would hope by this point that amount of spins would yield something. Let's take a peek. Oh, we got something. I mean, it's not done yet, but it's something. Let's keep twisting. Is it rice consistency yet? I'm not really sure, but it's getting there. Go a couple more spins. Now let's just take a quick peek at this here. All right, honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, really, it's for some reason the comments were making it sound like it was a lot of work. I didn't think it was that much elbow grease to get that done. Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. I'm actually surprised that it worked as well as it did based on some of the comments. So a couple of twists and, you know, readjust it, and a couple more twists, and it seems like it's pretty good to go. Just for the fun of it, let's see how it compares to this chopper, which once again, they're both about 20 bucks. So not like it's a huge difference in price. Adding a cup of cauliflower. So this is kind of a David and Goliath competition here. We have my elbow grease versus the masterminds at Ninja and the Las Vegas Power Grid. Should get ugly, but let's see. All right. Wow. I don't think that was 5 seconds. I don't think it was 5 seconds. Is that an unfair competition? You tell me. I think it is, but I wanted to see anyways. It's pretty close. Here's the handheld model. Not bad. Here's the Ninja, probably a little bit finer, but it's kind of close. This was maybe maybe a minute of spinning. This is about 3 or 4 seconds. But on the other hand, you have a power outage. This does no good. So, you know, it has a place, I think. It's just probably in the back of line behind this one. All right, so I'd say if you make a lot of cauliflower rice, there is a place for something like this, although it's probably second in line behind this. On the other hand, if you don't want to deal with something like this Ninja, this is certainly a viable option. So in the end, I would say all three of these do work. I'll probably continue to use the burger press and the super cubes because I think I have a use for those. The cauliflower rice are not as much because I have the Ninja, which works better. But my biggest complaint is all three of these seem kind of expensive, between 20 and 30 bucks, and all of them are just plastic or silicone. I don't know. Maybe I'm just nitpicking, but to me, they seem kind of steep. But that's all I've got. If you've tried any of these products, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.